hard to keep track of the social media platforms that encourage us to express ourselves and contribute to us being the most connected we have ever been. Yet as people, we are so disconnected and so disenfranchised. Everyone wants to know what somebody else thinks, but this is not in order to celebrate diversity and ensure equity and inclusion, but rather to control your narrative, your direction, and decide your opportunities. We go in hard to expose, reinvigorate, and solidify our humanness and humanhood by having hard conversations centered around the question, is being a good person the same as being a good citizen? And who decides which is best? Everyone has feelings, beliefs, struggles, and dreams. But not everyone is bold enough or given the chance to speak openly about these and hold on to them. If you want to be sure you understand why society does not necessarily want good people, but instead wants good citizens, don't miss an episode. Against the backdrop of the much promoted concept of diversity, equity and inclusion, and the UK government's promise of, quote, making every effort to eliminate discrimination and develop good working relationships between different people, end of quote. So, here we are once again, discussing a matter that has grabbed the headlines. The British headlines. The infamous question, where are you from? Or, where are you really from? A question that was allegedly posed by a long-term serving member of the royal household of the British monarchy to a visitor, a British national, who obviously, for some reason, they thought could not be from England, Ireland, Scotland or Wales. It is ironic that this question of where are you from is of constant interest to one group of people. Yet, when someone like Kyrie Irving, the NBA basketball player, believes he has stumbled on some evidence that can possibly help another group of people understand and potentially answer the where are you from question, that he's punished financially and made to provide apology after apology. So what is it to be? Well, if the truth be told, Black British nationals are often asked, where are you from? If the response is, I'm from here, or I'm a British national, then the follow-up statement is always, okay, but where are you really from? Or where are your parents from? And so it goes on until the answer usually contains Africa or the Caribbean. So, we can come to the conclusion that clearly no Black British national is truly seen as just a British national. This is not just worrying, but very disheartening for those who fall into this group, because as the question suggests, Britain is not where you are from. Now, this is very interesting because those same Western democracies who time after time question their nationals as to where are you from are the same ones who want to wear a One Love armband to make a point about inclusion in the sovereign country Qatar, just because it is hosting the 2022 FIFA World Cup tournament. Now, if the nationals of so-called powerful Western democracies are not considered to be from exactly where they are from or belonging to that Western nation, then what authority or basis are those said Western democracies using in their attempt to foist their concept of inclusion and what it means to be inclusive on a sovereign nation as defined by the Vienna Convention? Qatar is a sovereign nation, and as such its laws and rules should be respected. just because it is hosting the 2022 FIFA World Cup tournament does not give any nation, Western democracies included, the right to disrespect its culture, its traditions, its rules and regulations. The One Love armbands that there has been so much kerfuffle about were to be worn by 9 European countries' players, including England's captain, Harry Kane, as a way, quote, to promote inclusion and send a message against discrimination of any kind, unquote. So tell me, when the question of where are you from or where are you really from is posed to a black British national by another supposed British national at a Buckingham Palace event, does this promote inclusion and send a message against discrimination of any kind? Perhaps the One Love armband should have been worn at that event. The U-turn on their commitment to wear the One Love armbands drew much criticism against the players. But if the truth be told, perhaps the players only decided not to wear the armbands because FIFA threatened players who stepped on the pitch wearing the One Love armband with a yellow card. Now, my argument is everyone involved was aware of Qatar's culture, traditions, rules and regulations back in December of 2010 when it was awarded the tournament. More so, if nations want to protest, then they have the option to stay away and not participate. Why think you are going to go there and upset the apple cart and that there should be no repercussions? But as is the case, those voices who believe they are powerful, the beacons of best practice, believe they must make a stance. Their position must be seen. So guess what? Shortly after the Wales versus England match, cameras capture one of the England players kissing a female. Does he not know that public displays of affection in Qatar should be minimal? And although holding hands is permitted, kissing and hugging in public are not. Or was this act done deliberately? Turning our focus back to the recent line of questioning taken by Prince William's godmother when engaging with a British national in attendance at a Buckingham Palace event, and who obviously did not look like her. When Meghan Markle spoke out about her experiences at the hands of members of perhaps the royal household and the British monarchy, she was vilified and faced such a backlash from the press, royalists, and members of the British public that she and Prince Harry fled. They decided to leave and go live in the USA. Now consider this for a moment. Meghan Markle is biracial, 50% white and 50% black. Yet once again, we find that although every chromosome is created equal, some are more equal than others. So she, Meghan Markle, is not viewed as white. Her 23 chromosomes from her mother outweigh her 23 chromosomes from her father. This goes against the mathematics I was taught in school. 23 is not more or less than 23. 23 is equal to 23 when comparing like for like. But was Meghan Markle viewed and perhaps treated in the same manner as Kate Middleton? The facts would suggest not. In modern Britain, where we now have at least first, second, third, and fourth generation black British nationals, why should they still be experiencing discrimination? Especially when modern day Britain, alongside other Western democracies, believe that to be truly inclusive and non-discriminatory, you must be accepting of homosexuality and the LGBTQIA community. When modern-day Britain is still not accepting that British nationals can be black. Many people are commenting in the press and on social media that perhaps more notice should have been given to the comments that Meghan Markle was making. Yes, perhaps it should have been, but by not doing so, you are now very embarrassed by the comments of a person who was the late Queen's confidant for more than 60 years. Yes, the late Queen Elizabeth II's confidant. The chickens are coming home to roost. In the words of the late, great Bob Marley, taken from his track War, quote, until the philosophy which holds one race superior and another inferior is finally and permanently discredited and abandoned, until the colour of a man's skin is of no more significance than the colour of his eyes, everywhere is war. If the pertinent questions are, where are you from? Or where are you really from? Perhaps next time someone meets a member of the British monarchy, they should ask them that question and not stop until they ascertain where the British monarchy's people are from. This is Ava Dana. Look out for our next episode or press the subscribe button.